शुक्र शुक्राना उस गुरु महाराज का जिसने आज ये सेवा बख्शी। थैंक यू सुरेश वासन अंकल मुझे इस ग्रुप के साथ जोड़ने के लिए। A big thank you to Kamlesh Mehta Aunty for sharing this book with us, which is enlightening us day by day as we read word by word. Yesterday's lessons that we learned were really worthwhile. We started with Guruji, our refuge. The word refuge means shelter, sharan, our safe zone, our protector. Guruji is all of it in true sense. Guruji has made this connect with spirituality for us. His support is unconditional. He is our guiding light. Without him, we do not stand a chance to carry on in this path and be enlightened for life. Thank you, Guruji, हमें अपने साथ जोड़ने के लिए। आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्राना। शुक्राना तो एक बहुत ही छोटा सा वर्ड है। I don't think even if we say thank you to you a million times, a billion times, would it suffice for what you do for us. We learned yesterday that every sage who descended on this earth has taught us that whatever we suffer or bear in life is due to the karmas. These karmas are born in our previous birth, and we are suffering today because of those. Knowingly, unknowingly, we have done some wrong for which we need to repent in this life. But Guruji has accepted us the way we are. ਚੰਗੇ ਮਾੜੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੇ ਕੱਚੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ. We have our own inhibitions, we have our own beliefs, we have our own thoughts. We try to be very rational when we talk about spirituality. But Guruji has led us onto that path. There is nothing that cannot be dissolved by the Supreme Lord is also what we learned yesterday. No matter what we've done, no matter what we tried to repent on, we did penance, but we may have not succeeded. But it is the Guru and the Guru alone who can pardon us. So which is why we need to have faith and trust in that Guru. We also learned that we must not use filthy language because the Guru is within us. We need to respect that thought, that belief, that faith, that trust. We are surrounded with apprehensions and fears. And it is only with complete surrender to Guruji that we can overcome these feelings. We sometimes, I may say all the time, doubt why it is happening to us. Why is it happening to me? Why is it happening now? Do I deserve this? I think yes, we do. Have faith in Guruji and he will make you come over all your apprehensions and fears. We also heard a little story about Lord Buddha and that girl. It was a beautiful story where the girl draws the master to the village and the Lord himself said that he has to come. So when we turn to our Guruji, he is bound to turn to us. We also learnt that all creations are born from this force, which we call the Creator or the God. We understood that if we feed on negativity, we are bound to become stagnant and not progress. A daily dose of affirmation makes us surge ahead. The affirmation of our Guru is with us. The negative thoughts which come to our mind each day need to be repelled with the affirmations we need to make to ourselves. And those can only happen if we have true faith in our Guruji. We shall now start with today's reading, which is page number 31, One Step at a Time. Regrets, mistakes, failures are all part of life. Don't dwell on them. Learn a lesson. They are meant to teach you and move on. Life's too short to be crying over what didn't work out. Guruji is giving us another opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't give up when things get tough. These are no failures, just results. Even if the things don't get the way you expected, don't get disheartened or give up. Learn what you can, move on. If you continue to advance one step at a time, will win in the end. It's a process that occurs with small steps, decisions, and actions that gradually build up and eventually lead to a moment of triumph. Often we are able to accomplish a task better when we do it in small bits over time. It is when we have too many bits of unfinished tasks that our mind just starts to go into overload. So, whenever you can, try to finish what you start. Finishing tasks leaves you with joy of accomplishment and peace of mind. Go on, try it for a whole day. Finish a task before starting a new one and see how you feel at the end of the day. Arrogance. Gurudev, how to keep a check on my arrogance when I feel successful and happy. Arrogant people are somewhere insecure. They don't have enough knowledge. But when the context of your life expands, when it changes, then where is the place for arrogance? Once you see life from a holistic perspective, there is no arrogance. Billions of people have come here, they've all died and gone. More people will come. What's the big thing that you have done to be so arrogant? You are going to go into the same mud as everybody. I think you're not aware that you're going to die. You should take a walk in the cemetery and know that this is where you're going to be one day. No arrogance can stay on. Humility, a sense of belongingness, is an automatic phenomenon. It is a simple awareness of life. You don't have to be something to make happen. Be your own strength. Even flowers do not know till the morning whether to go to the temple or to the grave. So, this is life. Live it by playing a swan. Compromise with everyone in life, but never compromise with your dreams. Remember that someone can snatch it from your hands, but not by luck. Whatever the grain of luck resides, time calls him there. No one eats what was given by anyone. Everyone eats only of his luck. Just don't be arrogant. By giving anything to anyone, do you know whether you're giving or paying the debt of the previous life? And yes, don't be discouraged if someone doesn't understand your value, because a junk dealer doesn't get to judge diamonds. Guruji says, never give up hope of getting the destination, because it is often the dawn again after the sun sets. That's why keep courage, because courage is not less than a doctor. He gives medicine of strength in every trouble. Pause, choose, respond. There are things coming to us from outside and those that we are sending out. Situations and people come from outside. So, what we get from them is not in our control. But What goes out from us, our thoughts, words, and behavior in response is always our choice. We think someone else caused our happiness, anger, pain, or fear, as we are in a habit of blaming. Also, we are not aware that our response is our internal creation. Let's consciously choose to respond with peace, calmness, and happiness today. Nobody else can create our emotions or make us feel a certain way. We create them, but wrongly believe others are responsible for how we feel. No emotion is obvious and no response is natural. Let's take personal responsibility of our thoughts, feelings, and behavior. He wronged me, so I obviously upset. Her behavior angered me, should not be a part of our vocabulary. Our situations do not determine our happiness. Our response to the situation determines it. The response begins with the thoughts our mind creates. Feeding the mind with good thoughts to begin the day is like planting healthy seeds in a fertile space. The outer environment is often a reflection of our thoughts. We reap the fruits of happy thoughts that attract happy experiences. Sit back and program your mind for a perfect day. Set the foundation of emotional stability to build your responses. Situations and people can be imperfect, but your state of mind should remain perfect, calm, happy, and peaceful. Your thoughts, words, and actions should radiate positive vibrations, influence people and situations, and attract more peace and happiness. The wise men wait. Sometimes you have got to relax and let life happen without incessant worry. Learn to let go a little. Take deep breath. You don't have to know exactly where you are going. Everything in life is in perfect order, whether you understand it yet or not. It just takes some time. Trust Almighty Guruji. He knows what is best for you even before you came into this world. Be strong enough to let go a little and wise enough to wait for what you deserve. Isn't that the truth for all of us in all his walks of life? We all have an idea in our heads about how things are or how they're supposed to be. And sadly, this is what often messes up and stresses us out the most. Realize this. Sometimes life doesn't give you what you want because you need something else. And what you need often comes when you're not looking for it. You won't always understand it, and that's okay. Grace of Almighty, bowing down to Guruji's lotus feet. He makes all things beautiful in His time. When you go through a disappointment, something doesn't work out, you can hold on to it and say, Guruji, I know you have something better. I know your plans for me are good. I know Guruji is directing my steps. You have to be proactive if you are going to keep your mind in peace because there is clutter all through the day. There is noise, there is drama, stress, worry, guilty, jealousy. All this may come, but you don't have to hold on to it. Just let it pass. We spend too much time trying to make things happen and we get frustrated because it's taking too long. You can't make things happen out of Guruji's timing. You can't make people like you that are not supposed to like you. You can't make a door open that Guruji has closed. Stay in peace, knowing that Guruji will have the right people find for you, the right break will track you down. The right opportunities will come knocking at your door. When it's your time, Guruji's blessings will show up. Even when times are tough, when you're unsure where to go, even when you're filled with doubt, know that Guruji has a plan. Know that Guruji isn't just going to leave you in the dust. This world might not always make sense, and your prayers might not be answered in the way you hope, but that doesn't mean he's ignoring you. Perhaps an unanswered prayer is a blessing you never know you needed. Perhaps a closed door is an opened one down road. Perhaps the pain you're feeling is a powerful lesson in strength. Perhaps you simply need a reminder that you serve all powerful Guruji. Grace of Almighty bowing down to Guruji's lotus feet. We have a beautiful picture of our Guruji Maharaj on page number 35, ever smiling. And I'm sure that everybody smiles when they look at Guruji's smiling face. The next page is about letting go and detachment, sharing the life, whether we live or desperate to live. Getting over a painful experience is much like crossing monkey bars. You have to let go at some point in order to move forward. I'm learning the hard way that the hardest thing in life is simply letting go of what you thought was real. The key is detachment, letting go of the life you expected so you can make the best of the life that is waiting for you. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Create some healthy space for yourself. You need to take a few steps back to gain clarity on the situation. The best way to do this is to simply take a short break and explore something else for a little while. So you can return to where you started and see things with a new set of eyes. Grace of Almighty bowing down to Guruji's lotus feet. Faith and attitude. Time and again, we are told to have a positive attitude towards life. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. As we are going through so many negative things at a given time, and life is utter chaos. But then it's exactly when positive attitude is required the most. Faith in Guruji works. It's his workshop where he repairs us. When you develop positive attitude, you start feeling better about yourself. You treat yourself with more respect and love. And this in turn will boost your confidence levels and inner strength. You will take on new challenges and come out of your self limiting beliefs. With positive thinking, you achieve emotional balance. You learn to stay focused, and as a result, you can come up with right decisions in challenging situations. Repeating positive affirmations is a great way to train your mind to think positively. Reading inspirational and motivational quotes on a daily basis will help you to overcome negative thoughts and install a sense of optimism in you. When any unpleasant event occurs, approach it with a positive mindset and try to learn an optimistic lesson out of it. Remember, your thoughts determine your feelings and actions. So, whenever any negative thought comes to your mind, immediately replace it with a positive one. Life is not always a bed of roses, it has its own thorns. There are times when it seems everything is working against you. Life is tough. And just when you surpass one obstacle, there's another one because you know it. You've overcome with an ongoing self sense of hopelessness. Whenever these experiences hit us, we need to act wisely by not focusing on negative, but looking at the positive aspect, keeping an optimistic view. Not all days are the same. Faith and belief are equally required in such difficult times. If we keep hope, we will always bounce back. Hope is an inkling of trust that something positive will soon happen. When the world around you is crashing down, keep hope alive. Never give up on yourself. One thing is certain: life is unpredictable. Life is our greatest teacher. Life, it's a school with no walls and with no limits. Life is going to test you again and again. It's going to test your faith, your physical body, your mind. You are going to encounter many difficulties. In fact, I'm sure you already have. Self mastery is connected to courage, to the determination that is within us, to use lessons that life gives to be strong. He makes all things beautiful in His time. Great things are on the way. Guruji has made the way clear for you. It's all in motion to bring miracle into your life, the one that you have been waiting for. Nothing happens by accident. Guruji is preparing you for great things. So hold on, it's coming. Thank you, Guruji, for making us understand the importance of blessings always. Grace of Almighty bowing down to Guruji's lotus feet. Why me? It always happens once in our lifetimes when we go through the deepest pain, an unimaginable situation in our life. At that time, we feel that our life is completely falling apart and nothing is going to change. For a moment, it feels like there is nothing worth to live for. We cry, our soul screams. We ask God that how could this happen to us? Why we? Here, God listens to our longing heart and keeps on giving respite to us in various forms. Maybe in the form of soulful friends, inspiring people, by reviving our inner strength, by making us closer to Him, by giving us right directions. And at the end of the day, everything gets fall in place. Everything falls in place. Where we start feeling that whatever happened was good for our journey. It makes us learn the hard lessons of life. It makes us stronger. It enlightens our souls. It makes us learn the reality of people by sending the right ones into our life, where we could understand that why it never worked out with anyone else. Keep going, keep learning. Just rest assured that everything is going to be perfectly fine. It's just a refining process. The Lord will bring you out of it as a shining soul. Grace of Almighty going down to Guruji's lotus feet. The real purifier, suffering. As Guruji says, suffering has many good qualities because it purifies our negative karmas, increases our renunciation, compassion, reduces our pride, helps to overcome bad mental habits. If you think in this way, we will feel that difference. Circumstances are our best friends. When our mind is balanced, in this way, it becomes as stable as a mountain, and nothing can become the cause to shake it. Remember to shine in the crisis. We are born problem solvers. As humans, our creative capability is endless. There is usually not just one solution to any problem, but many. So calm and center yourself. Find your happy place and bring awareness into your body. Don't allow outside circumstances to shake you. Know that problems exist only in the mind. Over time, our peace can become unshakable and you can be the happiest person in the world. Whenever in life, suddenly you start to notice that all the things are going wrong, your health, your career, and relationships are facing a really bad, exhausting phase, especially in the case where you can't really do much about it. And you may say, I'm having a bad life. I'm not lucky. Guruji doesn't like me, etc. You often say, why is everything going wrong and why am I facing so many obstacles? During such times, don't forget that Guruji loves you no matter what, because Guruji wants you to be stronger. He will put you through tests. The more problems you face, the more you will be stronger. Understand the fact that you're getting ready to enter a new phase of life, which is full of infinity energy levels to give your best shot in whatever you want to achieve, and possibly all the luck Guruji can offer to support you. All the universal elements and energies will start working in your favor. Just like everything was going against you a couple of days ago, all you need to do is in your bad times is to be patient and trust the process. So whenever you face a bad phase in life, learn from it and feel excited because the good is on the way. Misery works together with joy, and we mustn't try to exclude it but embrace it. During uncertain times, we must take each day as it comes. This practice draws our attention to the present moment. Since that is all we have, we gain great wisdom in our darkest hour. Knowing our eternal soul cannot be obscured. Therefore, focus on the smallest progress during your moments of despair. Instead of looking to a tomorrow which may not arrive as you hope for, nothing is certain apart from this moment. Instead of surging towards the light, the smallest act forward renews our faith that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Grace of Almighty going down to Guruji's lotus feet. Don't let illness dishearten you. Troubles are tokens of Holy Master's grace and the result of your own past actions. Continue devotion as far as possible under the circumstances. This is the duty of the Sevak who no longer cares for the changing scenes of mind and matter, pain and pleasure, honor and dishonor, poverty and wealth. None of these can influence the attitude of mind. He does not pray that troubles should be removed, but rather that his heart be always filled with love and gratitude. As Guru Nanak Ji said, if you send me hunger, I shall be filled with thy name. If you send me miseries, I shall grant them as pleasures. If you grant me happiness, I shall bow to thee in gratitude. Have patience, keep the company of the saints, and I shall purify you through my grace. I shall not rest till I show you that from why are you in such a hurry. I carry your burdens in my own heart so that you may be free of worries and nurture your love in my heart. Give up your misgivings by steadfast in your love, a love tempered with faith. I shall myself help you put in the effort. I shall myself take you to your ultimate home. Listen to what Guruji has to say. All will be worked out as and when the Supreme will ordain it. Grace of Almighty going down to Guruji's lotus feet. Embracing changes or resisting them, happily accept it. You can either waste your physical and mental energy obsessing over change and trying to reverse it, or you just go with the flow and create your own way to be comfortable with it. Sometimes we find it difficult to accept the sudden change in our life. We try hard to find the reasons behind such changes, but we are unmindful that every change has to happen. And if we resist such changes, we only hurt ourselves and invite sorrow. So, better let things happen and go with the flow. We are living in an uncertain times where the only thing certain is change. Most situations affect our routine functioning and demand us to adapt ourselves to that change. How willing are you to embrace big or small changes and adapt? Whenever there is change around us, there needs to be a change within us, an inner preparation. The change has to start in our mind. If we resist the internal shift, we resist external change too. It leaves us stressed and unhappy. Instead of sticking to internal comfort zone, create due to past experiences or belief systems, let's cultivate a habit of being able to change our habits. Flexibility increases our ability to adjust and adapt to different people and environments, using our powers to accept, adjust, accommodate, tolerate, or mold our own decisions away. Remind yourself, I adapt to people and situations and flow with life. I know when to adjust and when to confront, and I use both powers the right way. All of us have marveled at life at some point of time or the other, for the unexpected turns it takes, the surprises it brings, and the lessons it gives. This is because change is a law of nature. Everything and everyone will come across is subject to change, either for good or for not so good. Looking at your own self, how do you perceive changes? When you need to change something that you are not comfortable about, from subtler aspects like your thoughts, emotions, and attitude, to visible aspects like habits, lifestyles, job, house, city, or social circle, how open are you to change? Do you willingly stretch out of your comfort zone or do you resist? The more we let go of rigidity and go with the flow, the happier we will be. Healthy changes sow seeds of personal growth and yield lifelong positive results. So break mental barriers that change is painful or scary. Confidently embrace the unknown and handle it. Tell yourself that you have the power to change what you can and accept what you cannot. Trust Guruji that everything is happening as per his will and entrust your worries to him. Eventually, Guruji will let us know the reasons behind it. Check your adaptability quotient. When you need to change a habit, lifestyle, job, house, city, social circle, or make changes in your thoughts, emotions, and attitude, How open are you to change? In a world of rapid changes in people and events, adaptability is a very important quality which we need to possess at all times. Anything you repeatedly do becomes a habit. Once you create a habit of who you are, where you live, whom you interact with, you settle into a comfort zone. The day any of these changes, it demands you to adapt to a new reality. How willingly do you adapt? When there is change around you, there needs to be change within you and inner preparation. Your mind may say, I don't like this change. Teach the mind that you have created so many changes in life. This is just one more. Instead of sticking to comfort zones created by past experiences or past beliefs, be flexible. You have the power to adapt to any person, any place, any job, any environment, any situation. Within a few days, this change will become your comfort zone. Meditate daily to increase your power to accept, accommodate, and tolerate. Adapting is a matter of breaking old and rigid thought patterns. Remember that you are always only one thought and one decision away from adapting and flowing with life. Grace of Almighty going down to Guruji's lotus feet. Jai Guruji Maharaj. This is where we need to end today's reading. Thank you so much for such thoughtful lines that you have shared with us, Auntie. I'm sure it has answered so many people's questions, and definitely mine are answered. Thank you so much. Shukrana, Guruji Maharaj. Shukrana, Shukrana, Shukrana. Over to you, Nilima Auntie.